What's up, YouTube? Eli the Ninja back again. Today, I'm joined alongside Shyway. We're going to break down some of the games from yesterday's HCS tournament. Ultimately, OPTIC took it down, but we're actually going to take a starting look at the losers bracket finals. This was between Sentinels and Rebellion, and Rebellion ran away with it. So we really want to just take a closer look and see what made them so dominant.
Hell yeah, let's get it.
Let's get it. All right, so first of all, look at the drip. I got the dung beetle helmet on.
Yeah, he's got the best drip. And does that affect, what is it, suppress performance in this one because he pops off apparently?
I think it was actually Cycle that has it, but regardless, yeah.
Okay.
So they send one whirl, so I'm assuming he's going to shoot C-plat. One's going to go straight into pipes, maybe soul snipe. No, he decides to help fight here, while two go bottom mid. I do find that Shopify's opening strats just seem like super explosive and like in your face. Yeah. They play it so aggressive and precise that like they don't really give their opponent many options to do much else, right? Like,
yeah, what's so huge too is how tight they're all playing. Like everyone for a brief moment had the same angles on the map to contribute and play off of each other. They all barreled through center map and they're all just ready to pick up and play off each other. Nobody plays tower. Soul Snipe, who you predicted would go right to pipes, got a shot or two in the action. Typically, that player is just focused on OEing. He got damage. He got 3 shots of damage, and now he's like, maybe he might not make his way to shock because of this. Wow, he's somehow still contesting mid as well.
Yeah, he gets taken down, but I mean, they powered through bottom so fast that like they're just able to get that camo very easily. Okay, so they actually flew all the way through, maybe with the intention to just steal C as quickly as possible. Yeah, Suppress is in here with camo.
Thoughts on playing to steal C? Is it really just kind of the best thing that you can do as a result of picking up camo? Because typically, I know we talked about, you want to play for AB if you can, but obviously a pro play, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's interesting. So they kind of like flip positions, right? Like,
yeah,
Sentinels are now capping A while they cap C, but I think that's just because the first spawner spawned in A. I think that, I don't know, it's interesting. It's a little bit surprising that nobody goes for shock, right? Like you feel like all of these teams really prioritize shock, but maybe deciding like, if we just cap, I think that pro teams actually like AC and like forcing the other team to spawn gold because they can kind of control the space on the outside and make it difficult for them to get out.
Interesting. Or is it also just like, this is how important camo is to this team? Securing it is like, we'll flip the whole map and, deprioritize the shock rifle just to make sure that Suppress gets out with this camo safely. And then we're going to make whatever play we can make off of this opening, basically.
Right. Which is interesting because Ryan Noob's quoted as saying that camo's not even worth going for. Like, you should never die for camo. And like on complexity, they just send everybody like gold and tower and don't even care if they get camo or not.
like pros are spotting it way more easily now than I feel like they ever have. And that's something you guys have been talking about, is like you get spotted so easily, but I still think it's so powerful if used wisely. Like what we'll see, I guess, the result of it was Suppressed here, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we'll keep eyes on Suppressed. Looks like the rest of Shopify are in gold right now, trying to cap B. And Suppress just gets all the way behind, so Boo Boo doesn't have the camo eyes this time. And it's like they leave C, and now they've flipped the whole map to now where they have A, B, and Sentinels are spawning at C.
Cycle dead in gold, but he gets a trade, so they continue to spawn at C, and it gives Mental time to refill gold. Here he is.
Yeah, this is just a classic AB setup, guys. Like this is exactly what you want to do in your Onyx lobbies and your Diamond lobbies. Like, you could tell Suppress is one of the most aggressive players in the game. He's rarely not moving, but he decided like, you know what, let me just hold A and let them spawn at C. I think they actually...
Look at the pressure they're putting on.
I think this timing is intentional. Since they just got 2 dead, they want to now collapse on these 2 and force a split.
10 seconds for this. Exactly, yeah.
They have 10 seconds to force a split, but he sees 2 and immediately backs up. Good job by Sentinels to just immediately hit that out. But they understand, and look at Cycle's positioning. Just because he stays in gold to guarantee the A spawn. Like, you're never going to see this whole team all go to one part of the map. Oh, and Cycle has the shock as well. Let's actually watch.
POV.
I want to go back.
So I guess what's the thought process is like they've got a fresh 2 dead, and they knew that they had timing to push out C here because there was only 2 players that could be there. They're flipping A on purpose, I guess, right? Like you were saying,
Yes.
like it's okay to give this up in this situation if we are doing this intentionally and we know how to counter it, I guess.
So I think the thought process is these guys are so fast that, yeah, they just killed 2. So there's only 2 left. And from Cycle's position here, he's about to grab Shock. Mental's in position to push through Long Haul. The other 2 can push through Tower. So they pinch the last 2 remaining players. And then while they're doing this, they're going to force the next 2 spawners in A, and they could just turn around and collapse back on to A. And that's how they keep the team in the blender and can continually trip cap. It's just nonstop pressure. And I think Sentinels kind of understand the strategy. So the first 2 players just hit out a side together because more often than not, you might find a player alone when you do that. They team shoot that player, and now they can play a little bit easier off their spawn now that they took out Suppressed.
Sure.
But yeah, they're
turning back together to try to fight C here and then pull out.
Yeah, and now he can shock the
nice
pad.
Angle too from Collect. Yeah, he shocked. Yeah, the flat. That first angle that he had with the shock was kind of tough to peek coming out of that low A door, right? Like he made himself hard to see and react to. Like I'm not sure that player was ready to get shocked, basically. Now that he's exposed himself, he's getting a lot more aggressive.
Wow, huge shutdown here.
Yeah, gold spawns now.
Yeah, they're just like so prepared for every spawn. I mean, as long as you always have 3/4 of the map, it's so easy. You just know exact. Yeah, you're forcing them to spawn in a tiny corner, and then you can hit them from both left and right. Just that's literally what they do on repeat. Spawn them in a corner, hit them left and right. Spawn them in a corner, hit them left and right.
And not missing those opportunities to play aggressive when you have them, right? Like just spotting that opportunity where they have 2 dead and there's no hesitation from the entire team. That's the big thing. Knowing your role too, right? Like knowing he's anchoring the gold spawn.
Yep.
And then his teammates are flipping it. Trades it, okay.
In this moment, he's kind of anchoring just in the micro. Like he's going to hold tower and watch Soul Snipe so that he can just have this extra position to help Soul Snipe with his fight. Once he gets taken down, I think Suppress starts to rotate, but then comes back to block A. I think at this point, they're like, okay, yeah, we lost C. It would be fated to keep trying to go for it. Let's just kind of like regain map control and then play from there. And now Suppress is just trying to stop them from rotating out of C. Like they know they're spawning C.
Camo's up here too.
Yeah, interesting. So should have heard the effect of the camo being procced. I think it looks like, yeah, Soul Snipe killed that player as well. They just have so much positioning to help each other here.
Camo. I think at least.
What about camo?
I think that was Camo right there, right?
Oh, that they just killed?
Died earlier. Like I think it might have been Precision that picked it up and then tried to wrap A on his own.
Oh, wait, let's see. No, I think Lethal was the one that had camo. Soul Snipe just killed him right here. Yeah.
Oh, that is him. Oh, okay, got my bad.
Or somebody.
We have no more kill feed, which makes it tough, but yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for the follow, Hate Thoris and Hearts here. Yeah, they're just like, and the Cycle's death here, like he knows that all he really has to do is get a melee on this guy and Suppress will be there to stop it, right? Like, it's actually an okay time to throw his life away. Mental just goes straight into C. Now, when they see that they're spawning long haul, they should be confident to know the spawners of Sentinels are in gold. Suppress just holding this down. This is so interesting.
Far back he's playing it. Too.
Yeah, because
watch, he's gonna jet. He's gonna drop on the ledge or kill Pivs him. Oh my god.
Woo.
Oh my god, that's nasty.
So clean.
Yeah. Standing in that back position gives you an easy out though if you need to, right? Because you drop on the ledge below and then you curb slide through the doorway, and then you jet out if you need to. But
it seems like their general strategy is to hold these 3 positions, like bat ledge, A, and back C, and then just force Sentinels to spawn like long haul and glass, because it's very easy to stop them from getting out of these positions. Like if you spawn over here, what are your options? You're going to go to try to take control of gold, or you're going to try to go to C.
That push is tough because you expose yourself. Yeah. Or you're pushing through long.
Yeah. So like they're just basically accounting for all of their options. Suppress Moves to Whirl to get the sightline on Glass.
I like that rotate.
Just responding to where the pressure's coming from. It's like if they set foot in B, then the teammates that are at C right now can potentially contest them. Suppress just going to stop them from getting A, maybe also stop them from getting B.
Wow, and there's the team shot.
Yep. Play around each other so well, man.
Right.
Someone asked me who I've got for London, and I'm like, man, the best 3 teams right now look like OPTIC, SSG, and Shopify. Like FaZe.
Yeah, online, that's for sure. FaZe is definitely like they're looking inconsistent, like something's up. But
like even in scrims tournaments, but you can never count them out. Obviously, they're champions for a reason. Just maybe adjusting to the bandit meta not as quickly as some other teams.
I don't know if the network plays a factor, but yeah, just the way that players are playing with the bandit is different. Oh no.
Suppress runs into a team grenade. Yeah, I mean, the fact that Royal 2 lives in middle of nowhere Canada does not help their online performance, that's for sure.
Interesting.
Just playing. He's clearly just kind of reacting to call-outs. Takes a sneaky route. Yeah, just runs at that guy and wins it. And goes back. Maybe he knows that he has a teammate watching him from batteries. And yeah, they maybe want to leave A open. So yeah, hold on. These players, oh, they just know there's another guy in A.
Yeah.
And he's waiting maybe for Mental to show up in Whirl. He's just going to waste his time here. No way he lives that. That's
from first person, I think a team shot comes in, right? You can milk so long in this area. It's just such an annoying place to take a fight.
Yeah, with these pillars.
Stay grounded and slide and stay tight to the pillars. This right here. Yeah, he was willing to give up his life for it. The team shot.
How frustrating is it for the other player to die in that spot too?
Yeah.
So they're multitasking as well. So this whole time Soul Snipe has been kind of like holding down the B side. Suppressed somehow dies to a nade here.
See that? Doesn't see anybody in C right away. Thinks maybe he can help. He's stuck.
Yeah, he got stuck by a player that goes.
He has the right idea, right? Like he's taking advantage of the commotion in B to push out the C spawners. Like anything when he can, find a flank on. And then doesn't get the timing.
Just has so much map presence, man. Like there's nowhere safe to go. They know where you're at. They don't miss.
Right.
They're ready for your rotation. They're setting up with multiple angles.
Yeah.
Okay.
That green player sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say this will be a really interesting point of the game because this is the first time they've been in disadvantage. Yeah, they don't have much map space. They're in C, and Sentinels are the ones that have the map. So, what's their game plan here? I'm curious. I'm gonna guess that at least one of them stays on this side to like hold off the Sentinels push on this side, but then maybe they hard push out to A and just try to overpower it. So let's see how they decide to approach it here. Or, okay, yeah, then somebody goes back. Okay, so Cycler goes back to watch. They're actually kind of playing like a bait here. It's like maybe, yeah, they're waiting for maybe to see if Sentinels pushes into them first. Soul Snipe's just pushing into A and somehow wins this 1v1. These little 1v1s are so massive though, right? Because if Soul Snipe dies here, then it's going to take so much longer for Shopify to get out of this situation.
How's he getting out to A cat though in the first place? Like we go to Soul Snipe's POV, he's the first one in, which you'd be worried about the threat of gold like crossing you up, right?
Yeah.
It's like lucky timing that player is not checking that angle in that one moment, like
or maybe they Suppress sees this guy long haul at some point, right? Or actually, I don't think they know this guy's just crouching long here. Yeah. But Soul Snipe checks it first though, right? He checks the gold.
See it.
It's like, okay, no one's gold, no one's cat. And he's doing this very carefully, right? He's ready to descope somebody if they are top
back at
gold. And then just catches this player who is lethal, doesn't hit the third shot before the melee. And that ends up being the difference maker, right?
It's a good patient way to play it, right? So like really disciplined placement on gold and on shock, like watching his angles and checking all of his corners, and then just sitting in the corner of top A cat until he needs to make a move, right? Like he's just ready to let that unfold instead of trying to force it. Oh my god.
Facts.
So yeah.
So now they've got the L shape on the opposite side. They've got AB. Mental's in a fight over here. Let's take a look at him. Doesn't get the sticky. But Suppress is here to follow up. Yeah, like they were not in disadvantage for very long. Like they just flipped the whole map.
Yeah. And is that, I guess, also on Sentinel's part and how they decided to play that? Like somebody tried to flank into the back of Silo, thought that they were taking advantage of like some sort of spawn collapse, but
Right.
Shopify instead played it very slowly, right? So like that player who flanked probably ran into a 2v1 or something, isolated from the fight.
Yeah. I think they did kill Mental, but at the same time, just by making that push, like you're oftentimes going to give Shopify a spawn in gold, which they can then decide if they're going to push A or B out, right? Like, I don't know. I think I think you're right. I think it was a mistake by Sentinels to even try to contest it. Like, why do that? You can hold A, B, figure out what they do. Like, just wait for them to escape.
Let them make a mistake first, and then capitalize when you know that they're staggered. Because there was a situation where they were both 4 up, right? Instead of like trying to push it. Yeah.
The simple approach, a fine kill.
Suppress, shuts down the camo.
That's the dying for camo moment that Ryan Noob's talking about, though, right? Like, if you're dying for camo like that, you're not on the map, and then, I mean, perfect play out of Suppress, leaving the sticky behind.
Mm-hmm.
You're staggered again. Like, this is brutal.
Enemy team scoring. Put a shot through their heart.
Okay, now they have A, and they're trying to cap C. Mental's trying to follow up on this fight that Ian Cycle started.
Yep.
Wow, so clutch. Wow.
Oh my god. There's no way.
The peak shot.
That's the power of it, though, too, right? Like, left and right side, that's how you want to be playing every pillar, honestly, is
Right.
not peeking the same side over and over and just doing like a little bit of left, right, like keep it ambiguous, right?
Mm-hmm.
So many pillars you can do that on, too.
Maybe right, then left, then right. Like, mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like a mix up and smash, right? Like it.
Yeah, and staying so tight, though. Like, he's so tight to the corner that the only moment, like the frame that he's exposed is the frame that he's shooting, basically.
I mean, impressive game. I feel like this is just a masterclass in like holding the whole map.
Yeah.
But it also shows that Shopify is really hard to beat also because they are so good individually that like they're winning a lot of pivs as well. So like if they're playing so much of the map and they're beating you in 1v1 fights, like we see just Suppressed.
And Soul Snipe as well earlier. Yeah.
Like, yeah,
The fight for lethal for A.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That makes them a very dangerous combination. I think they have a chance to win a LAN this year, like straight up.
I'd love to see it.
They're insane.
I'm always down for the underdog.
That would be.
I think it's just like, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
Just to kind of wrap that, like what I like is just how quickly they're recognizing opportunities, right? Like when they get them too dead, and that they're all in unison in how they want to play off that opportunity, whether they're holding map or whether they're pushing. Like all 3 of them push together. Cycle in the back of that knows his role with the shock to just like let that spawn open up in A, and he's playing far back enough that anybody who spawns A is not going to see him immediately sniping their face off, right? So it's like every little component of how they play in advantage state is clean. They're not afraid to push out the map and take the space. And then I think the reverse that we saw with Sentinels was waiting for that opportunity to come up, right? Like they had a 4v4 kind of setup, and maybe weren't patient in that moment. And if they were patient and they just let the time bleed for a little bit until, forcing Shopify into a mistake, maybe that could have evolved into something else. But I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, no, great points. Yeah, I think that some people were kind of making fun of Shopify for playing quote unquote like campy because they did There were a lot of like waiting around corners kind of plays, but you can't really hate on that, man. They're just playing to win. Like they just play within the meta. Like that's what they do.
Yeah. You see the corner checking discipline though as well, right? Like suppressed at the end when he's pushing C and he flanks through, he gets the kill on tower and he sees nobody C and he doesn't just step in it. He checks all the corners like back silo, back behind the box,
Yeah.
like everywhere. And then he sits in C, right? So there's like a lot of like Soul Snipe the same thing. Checks the corner on A catwalk. Like as he's coming up, he checks gold, turns around, checks the corner of A catwalk. Like you can tell they're so used to getting, people just hiding on him. So
Yeah, and that's what Frosty complained about in the meta. He thinks it's a function of the TTK being so low on the bandit that like it encourages you to hide around corners, because if you just get the jump on somebody, you're probably going to kill them so fast that they don't have time to react, right? So, yeah, it's very interesting.
yeah.
Sorry, real quick. Thanks for the resub, Oopsie, for 6 months. You the man. This motherfucker really put fresh haircut in his title. Yo, don't be hating on me, bro.
Let me see this.
I mean, I got a haircut today. It's a
You have, like,
monumental experience.
Hey, does that not happen often, or
Dude, I only cut my hair like when I absolutely need to. Like I'm about to travel to a land. Like I'm going to Orlando. Or
let's go.
Or
Is
I
that next
just
weekend?
yeah, it's next weekend.
Okay.
So man, bro, I don't leave my house, bro. I'm a I'm a hermit.
Dude, I get my hair cut like every 3 weeks from the same person, the same thing for 6 years, dude.
Yeah, I mean that's what a normal person does, but I'm a degenerate gamer. It's Ultra says goblins unite. That's right. Okay, by the way, I pulled up Legend, and can we talk about his games played? 11,000 matchmaking games and 7,000 custom games. Like, holy.
Yeah, but compare him to any other pro, though. Come on. It's got to be.
He's got more than a majority of the pros. We looked at Eco.
Really?
Eco's.
The thing is, how many Smurfs do they have? How many, like,
Yeah,
there's a lot of
yeah.
hours elsewhere. It's hard to know.
That's
I
a
want
good
to see
point.
Sparty's games, though, for the record.
I think Sparty's got like
has-
17K matchmaking and 17K customs or something fucking crazy.
That's dedication.
It's
compared to
insane.
Sparty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. So Livefire King was a good one, right? And then what was the other one that you had mentioned? Wait, no, in order though. So you said in order, it would have been CTF Forbidden, right? Optic and Shopify.
Yeah, CTF Forbidden, that's right. Sorry, I'm so used to SSG being in the finals, I was clicking on Legend. All right, let's find Trippy. Here we go. Got Trippy on my team in matchmaking earlier. That was fun. I think this is it. Nice, found it first try.
Perfect. This would be game 5. This is where they won the tournament.
Yeah, game 3. This is tournament winner. So actually, you know what? Let's do the Forbidden one first. Yeah.
Okay. I'm good, Ultra. How you doing, man? Welcome.
Yeah, Ultra's in here too. Ultraman with the 3. Or maybe there's a lot of Ultras. There, I got.
Party. Let me see, Nkane. Hold up.
Capture the flag.
What's going on, Lanjitsu? Appreciate that, Nikki. Thanks for sticking up.
Where do you see the games played on this?
It's under profile.
No. This is the website.
Oh.
The I don't know.
You on Halo Tracker or like Halo Data Hive?
His kills and deaths. He's got a lot.
Oh yeah. Millions upon millions of damage dealt and taken.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I trust it's. Just tell me, NK. Just you tell me what it is. Yeah. Let's again. If you don't mind, maybe like a preliminary kind of discussion on like how you think this map is played, I guess, and then maybe look at some starting strats.
Sure. Yeah. So in my opinion, like there's 2 flag routes. We're gonna look at the flag routes from Optic's POV. So this is Optic's base. Over here is Shopify's base. So I think that if you have control of the other team's snipe street and you have presence here and maybe also like up here, then the best flag route is this way through the tunnel, because as soon as you round this corner, you're home free. And the player on the snipe street can just kind of gatekeep the spawners from being able to do anything about it. Now, if you don't have control of their snipe street and maybe you have 2 or 3 players like leaning on this side of their base, then you can kind of let the other team spawn back Mohawk and in the snipe hut, and instead just run the flag straight up their main ramp and then go through. And then I think from here, I prefer to go like this way. It might, yeah, it's just safer from getting shot like through top middle, and like they can even get shots downrange from like imagine you spawn Mohawk and you just take a couple of paces, like you can get some good back shots. Shout out to Tony on the casting. Get some good back shots on the flag runner right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you run this way and then this way as well. Obviously, sniper control is ever important. It's like the team that controls more snipers, just like any double sniper map. Like I feel like that's the meta. You either throw the other team sniper off or steal it. You protect your own sniper as much as possible. But that's generally the idea. I think that one thing that OPTIC does really well is they actually block, because like if the other team is in your base, like let's say OPTIC is like all the way in here, they've got a player like in snipe and maybe another guy here. Like if they're deep in your base and blocking all the spawns, then the game will actually spawn the other team here at the pistol or even down here at the pillars, which I think is a pretty crazy spawn. But what I've seen OPTIC do is like Trippy or one of them will just like chill right here specifically to block the spawn while the flag's being ran to absolutely force those back flag spawns. So
step farther back just to guarantee it.
Yeah, like he'll be in this position, then back up while they're coming off spawn, and then move forward, because standing here blocks both above and below you, I'm pretty sure. Like we saw that big bubble spawn radius blocker that the guy sent you, so it makes sense, right? Quick question in chat: which pistol is yours? I feel like this is something that this is a fun conversation. For what do you think, Alex? Which pistol is your team's pistol? Like if your
pistol is my team's what do you mean?
So
the one that's closest to us is our team's.
Is it this one or this one?
I would say well, so it's the just based off the color of our base where we spawn, it's the one that's closest to you. Like it's the same color. That's the red side. If we're saying it's red and green, that's like the red side of the map versus the other side is the overgrown green side of the map where the other sidekick is. So I'd say that's their sidekick, and our sidekick is this red one right here. Yeah,
that makes sense. Even though if you think
that it's a weird like flipped symmetrical layout, which makes it tricky, right? Because like our sniper is farther, it's like equidistant. Our sniper is equidistant from their sniper, just about, almost, right? Like, even though we know that that's their sniper, it's still like we can get to their sniper and contest it as fast as we can get to our own sniper, pretty much. It's just a weird kind of thing about this map.
Yeah, I think start to think about like your base. Like this is the end of your base is right here, and it kind of bleeds into their base in a way. But like based on the aesthetic of the map, like this is the end of OPTIC's base, and then right here is also the end of your base on this side and the beginning of their base.
Yep.
Interesting. I've been saying it backwards. I've been calling this our pistol because this is like, it feels, this is the way my brain works. This is the halfway point of the map, right? Like this is the halfway, and this pistol is on our half if you divide it evenly that way. But
sure, I get you right. Yeah.
But if you think that this is the line that separates your bases, then
which it is. Yeah.
Which it actually is. It's a diagonal cross. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It was designed in a way that the halfway point is a diagonal cross, and the aesthetic matches that too. That's what's kind of cool about it. Shout out to Cliff. It was Cliff who designed this. What's his tag? Anyway.
One of the Forge gods.
Black Picture designed this one. Yeah. I think his name was Cliff. Black Picture. Anyway.
Cool. Yeah, fun discussion there. But okay, let's take a look at some. Or go ahead.
By the way, with the flags, there's some variations. Like you brought up kind of running it through the pistol and then bringing it down out front the base. I think these huts can kind of be underrated. Like Lucid at the end of this game, I'm pretty sure makes a pivot into hut because he recognizes that he might be unsafe trying to force it down through underpass. So he takes a longer, safer path through hut, and then they guarantee it that way. And then the vice versa, like, or the flip side of that would be you taking the flag the long route through hut because you have better curb slide options to get to the long haul. Once you get to the long haul with the flag, you can jet straight through the long haul, drop that thing in the pedestal with some pretty good cover. Obviously, you're exposed to some sight lines and some nades, But
Yeah.
you know, it's all situational. It's like, you know, what can we afford to do in the moment to keep the flag in play?
Okay. Yeah. No, that's a great point as well. And I have ran the flag this way and died, so maybe I should have ran it this way a bit more frequently. Maybe that'll improve my forbidden flag runs. I mean, honestly,
Yeah, let's find out. Yeah.
most of the time I just hit the curb slide and launch it this way. So
This
like
is the safest one. You're done once you get there.
yeah, I'm really good at this run, but yeah, the times that I have ended up going the other way, I died. So maybe that was my issue. I should take the longer route because it's just a lot more cover on the way.
Yeah, I guarantee it. Guarantee it and get your spawning teammates up and like involved in it. So like you can. It's going to take a lot longer, but generally the battle of attrition favors us. You know, if we play it safely. Anyway,
Now let's talk
it's
about
more,
why is this run bad? If like let's say you're Optic and you grab the flag and then you take it this way to the rat tunnel. I think it's bad because for a couple of reasons. If you go this way, first of all, they could just literally spawn right here and like drill you in the back while you are trying to run down the tunnel, or
back shots.
yeah, more back shots, dude. Or you're gonna move their spawn over here, and then they just have a free path to cut you off on this side. So I think that's why the like running it through that team's rat tunnel is worse.
This is the flank route, right? So if you happen to flank the base and you find timing and you're alone, that's when you bring it through and kind of hope for the best. The worry with that is, like you're saying, you're out of play for a long period of time, and they also have a good amount of time to cross to the other side of the map and counter you. If they do it efficiently, you end up alone, and then you're dead to rights. Now they're counter pulling and running your flag. So it's kind of risky, but I think if you do make it to back base and you overextend and you have timing, it might make sense. Like, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like it's a you're playing for low ground, and pros are so fast and so efficient on the map. They're going to catch you before you get to safety. You know.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway,
that makes a lot of sense. I think that another thing that makes it harder is like the other team, while you're running it that way, they just take space up here and they've got high ground looking down at your base. Like anybody that's coming off spawn is going to have a hard time fighting against players that have high ground advantage.
Safety, like you're forced into clambers to the plasma pistol if you want to go up there, and then even jumping across that risks you dropping the flag off the map to begin with. Like it's to get back to some sort of a safe position if you don't get there fast enough. Anyway,
perfect. No, all good.
Yeah, let's
all
take
great
a look
points.
At the footage. How about that,
Sure. Yeah.
First person, I want to see this if you don't mind. Nice.
I just like to see the general formation of where everybody's going, but so they're actually sending 2 left and 2 right. All right, we'll go back to first person. And I remember this. Trippy goes straight in. He gets beat down, I think.
Try.
Actually doesn't get it. So what's really interesting about this is if he procs this, I think Optic get a flag cap in the first minute of the game. But
just because of the advantage.
Yeah, because like, I mean, I think they win another fight somewhere else on the map. Or no, Formal actually dies. So never mind.
Thoughts on the suicide jump? Like, you don't actually jump off the map, you jump to the bridge below. Eco did that a few times in tournament. Like, Trippy, instead of jumping forward when he picked it up, like, just playing, not even jumping at all, unless he absolutely has to, and then jumping off map to their courtyard, their pit.
Yeah.
That might have actually kept that OS in play. The worry is that, are they going to be looking at you and crossing you, which is something that you'd think they do if they're going for sniper here. Happen to be in the moment because our teammates are playing one of our teammates at least is playing so heavily to deny that sniper. So it's like you could kind of opt for anyway. This is all hypotheticals. But.
Sure. No, it's a good point to talk about. I wanted to also take a look at what happened here. So Dead Zone. This is Dead Zone's reaction to seeing the OS player. Sticks him twice. Yeah, love that.
So good.
I called it out on the cast. So let's see. Now Optic are spawning in the hut because this player went straight into the base. Soul Snipe goes here, and I think they recognize it. Yeah. Hold on, let's take a look at this again with the third person.
Yeah, and credit to Dead Zone strat too, right? Like he must be beelining for the stickies just to have that in the back pocket if the OS doesn't go our way, right? Like there's kind of layers to how that worked out anyway.
Beautiful shot.
Double kill.
Okay, so this is where I think squad spawns, and I guess Soul Snipe is occupying some space They could block over here, but like Optic spawn back Mohawk and then Hut, which like
Makes sense.
in my experience looking at this map, like more often than not, the enemy spawns in this room, but I think because the last survivor, like they actually got a squad spawn right there.
They know where we are.
Maybe a good learning note there, though, right, is the influence of the squad spawn, right? Like he chowed that out confidently, like he knew that there was no chance somebody was going to be in that corner.
Right.
Just that player's presence in Hill was going to spawn the rest of them there in Hill, so he wasn't worried about getting shot in the back, you know?
In Hut, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. In Hut, sorry, Hut.
Flag return.
Okay. I'm backing this up to see how Formal played off spawn. Yeah, I think Soul Snipe's play might have been intentional to force them to spawn in Hut.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, they know that this guy scurried away with a sniper, so they're going to hunt him down. Wow, look at that. He nades one side and just pre-shoots the other side.
Trying to hold himself into a safe position so he doesn't get peeked by the snipe either, yeah.
So smart. I thought Formal was the standout player in this game, so we'll watch him primarily.
That sniper. Good patience, right? If he picks it up, it's going to delay his ability to shoot for a second, so he doesn't end up going for it.
Appreciate that, Hoodler. Forehead is looking shiny and moisturized. Love to see it. Shout out to
Gotta
Twitch
fit
chat.
that
Just gotta troll in every possible moment.
Holy.
So he
That's
just
the peak right there.
goes right back to the same guy in the tunnel.
Once he jumps like that, that's what you can do too, right? Like,
Yeah.
just kind of forces you into a state where you think, like, maybe I can jump backwards and still win this, but I don't know. Peeking is crazy in this game.
See, it's my perspective that, like, in general, you should, like, if you come off spawn back here, it's sometimes a good idea to rotate back to just, like, have some presence at your snipe huts so the other team can't go over here for free, right? Like, we also kind of need eyes over here.
Yeah, we're all mid.
Yeah, but I guess maybe they just understood the spawn timers and they're like, there's no chance that anybody's over here, so we should just take the fastest route to get in their base and take over their snipe instead. Which maybe is why if I'm on Dead Zone's team in matchmaking, he types question marks. Maybe I'm not moving fast enough for reading the situation properly. I don't know.
Is this a quick 2, Dad? I like this play. Playing from pit quickly like that, it's such a great way to get presence on flag and still put pressure on back base. This is beautiful. Probably gonna die here. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they get this return. Let's actually watch Lucid. I remember watching this.
I'm curious about. Yeah, let's see that. He actually lets it happen. He doesn't try to play for the stop.
I think what Lucid's really good at on this map is he just understands how how his Spartan is influencing the spawns while he's occupying space in the base. So he gets this double. And then instead of going for the flag, he goes around the backside, predicting that this next player would be here. And understanding that he has teammates behind him that can be the flag runner.
They split Hut though, didn't they? I kind of don't. Yeah, so I feel like he should have just stayed Hut personally. I think maybe there was a miscommunication on whether or not Formal was going to drop for flag or Lucid was going to drop for flag. And had he stayed Hut, he could have still watched the spawn that he's looking at right now from farther back, and he could have got his backside in the back of the base, and he would have been blocking the Hut spawn. So
yeah,
interesting.
But after recognizing that he spawned that player Hut, he
let it go.
He lets it go. Yeah, he's like, okay, I just have to hold space here and use my positioning to remedy the situation over here. If they can get another kill on this side and kill that player that returns the flag, then they could just run the flag through top middle instead. So it's kind of like it's an insurance play. Like he might recognize, like, yeah, I fucked up. I shouldn't have let them spawn Hut. But after recognizing it, we could still like remedy the situation in another way.
Right. Yeah, if he tries at this point to top that flag, he opens up his backside to the spawner that he's 1v1ing right now. Anyway, so yeah, he's caught in the middle of it.
Right.
Kind of making the best of a bad situation, sort of, yeah.
I think that's one of the things that pro players are so good at. It's like they will have a good game plan, but they're also able to like pivot in an instant based on new information and like change the plan on a dime, you know? Whereas like, I feel like lower level players maybe get tunnel visioned on one like idea or strategy, and then even when new information shows that it would be too hard to continue doing that, they just continue doing it anyways because that's just like the way they think about it in their head. They're not as adaptable, right?
Yeah, yeah. Love this rotate, by the way. Like how quickly he got this perimeter on the map and information on that lane. Like he just hit a curb slide to. Oh my god!
Oh,
3, almost.
that would have been insane. But Dead Zone's already got the flag halfway to the base. What do we miss?
Yeah, jeez.
Oh, so Trippy's the one that pulls it. While Lucid is, and this is what I talked about, right? Lucid going to. He's going to block those pistol spawns that we talked about. I think that's why he rotates that way.
Right.
To guarantee that they have a perimeter on those spawns. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just like how he did it. Like he hits a curb slide off the bridge, lands on it, throws the sensor out at the exact same time, so he's covering any info on anybody pushing up his lane. And then he's waiting for a potential flanker. He's sitting here, like blocking spawn and listening, I assume, too, right? Like he's in position for it. And then when it doesn't happen, he's got timing to protect the flag carrier as well, right? He comes back to the base. Once they get information on, oh, there's 2 here, you know?
I think this pause is he's holding the back button to make sure there's nobody else spawning as well. Yeah, there's one dead right here.
Right.
And they don't want this spawner to spawn on their side of the map. So let's see. It'll be interesting to see if he seriously waits here until this guy spawns. Okay, he moves a little bit early. So I think you're right. It was more so to cut them off if they rotated through the top, and then he's waiting for the intel and then shows up. Yeah, so that makes sense. But I see them make this play a lot where they occupy that space on the pistol just to like prevent those cross the map type spawns.
Yeah.
And then he's here at the perfect time for the cutoff. Dead Zone's there to pick up the flag as Trippy dies. We already saw this play from Lucid, so we'll go to Dead Zone. Yeah, he's just running straight through it. Classic. Good stuff. Okay, now they recognize the pressure from Shopify is coming in on their snipe side, so they're going to actually send more of their resources to prevent that. Oh, it's because snipers are coming up. Yeah, so they know that if Shopify's... Huh? Yeah, Formal's in there. They get both snipers here.
Yeah, no, this is huge. Oh my! And does he play it off map? He might actually play it off map. Let's see.
I'm actually going to back it up.
He's now the most important player in the game after that cap goes.
I remember calling this out on the cast. Look at this. He takes early damage and then has the confidence to reach out while one shot with the peak shot for the perfect. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Nice stage. Now he's revealed too, so he's got an easy advantage here.
I think Dead Zone killed that player before running the flag as well. But yeah, Formal just stays alive for long enough to steal their sniper as well.
Huge. Play it. Oh, he doesn't need to.
It's a little bit greedy. I feel like he easily could have got pushed and killed here. Maybe.
I'm surprised he didn't play the back ledge of the window there. Like, just jump on the outer ledge there. I feel like that would have given him more time to do what he wanted, you know?
Yeah, he panicked a little bit, and I think he, like, thought about playing it, but he just, like, jumped too far, so he couldn't.
Yeah, just, like, instead of sitting in that hut window, playing the sneaky ledge is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't get shot in the backside, and he can still play it. But, yeah.
Seems like a moment where he said, that was fated, I didn't play their sniper. Like... He's usually first to admit if he thinks he fucked up on a play.
Sure. Such an important sniper battle.
Yeah. Trippy's been playing so good in these last couple of tournaments. Like,
so thoughts on this player playing so passive though? Does that flag go in? Or it gets returned? So, okay, so what's going on with our sniper player on the green on Shopify, right? Because this is like a duel going down. Trippy pivots off and focuses on a different fight. Mental actually has an opportunity to get a pick here, but
he backs all the way up.
Yeah, and like he missed an opportunity to help his team. He could have killed Trippy. He obviously doesn't know Trippy challenged in that moment, but
I think he's just expecting. I think he might have expected to get pushed faster here, and then his teammates. Like, at what point does he decide to back up here? Is it after his teammates died? Soul Snipe's dead.
Kind of a little
Suppressed
bit before that.
died.
Worried he's gonna get pushed on his lane. Yeah.
I mean, I think that after Suppressed and Soul Sniper both dead, they just decide that like Cycle's probably dead no matter what, and this is a dead flag because it's too much of an uphill battle. So he's just saying like, sorry, Cycle, you're on your own, buddy. Because the worst thing that could happen is he tries to save Cycle's life, and then he just gets pushed from main ramp, dies, gives them a second sniper.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I think this is actually a good, smart, like insurance play by Mental to say it's a little bit too risky to push up and save Cycle if I could potentially risk giving them 2 snipers.
Let's see how it goes though too.
Overshoot inbound. Enemy flag returned.
Playing it sneaky, it has to hear this guy.
Oh no.
Oh, he still gets him. Ooh, imagine he hits that.
Nasty. That's an extra snipe right there though for
Yeah. Trippy's gonna get a little bit of extra ammo to work with. He had just ran out of ammo in his as well. Burns it, only 1 shot left. They got the OS though.
just might be milk, just might be.
Okay, let's see where are Optic positioning themselves. Now they're definitely in advantage. Dead Zone doesn't risk it, gets killed anyways. Trippy and Lucid just denying access to this half of the map. Lucid really favoring the BR for those long range fights. Yeah, this is just a scrap for top mid. I think Trippy would have liked to do this jump and clamber here, but
Tricky as hell in that situation. Yeah.
probably dies for it. Yeah, if he did. No, I like this rotation.
Yeah.
I do this a lot, and I feel like people just don't expect it a lot. Clearly, Shopify expected a little bit, but... Okay.
What are we looking for in situations like this, right? Like, it's just scrappy at the moment. It's more just getting an opening, right? Like having a Slay's advantage that gives you the space that you want.
I think that a lot of it is like just protecting both sides and making sure that like no side is a free avenue into your base, right? Like that's why Formal goes this way, because he doesn't want Shopify to just run through the side for free. They want to have like a even presence across both sides, so there's no leaks in their defense essentially. And if they get some picks, then yeah, they can start taking space top middle. So yeah, it's just been scrappy back and forth. Now they know that that side's been broken into, so they're going to focus a little bit harder on that side.
Crazy jump shell. Wow. Makes it
Maybe,
work.
yeah, maybe thought that didn't have any other options.
Right, he probably would have died either way type thing.
Yeah, so might as well give yourself a chance to output more damage or get a kill. I like how they keep rotating backwards to snipe side. Like I said, they've got to, with snipes up, like it seems early to be thinking about this, but in 30 seconds, everything comes up. So like if you don't have control of your snipe side, you could potentially risk the other team having 2 snipers and overshield.
On top of the fact that going the other way is brutal. Like, you ever try
That's
pushing
true,
out
yeah.
the front of the base? Yeah, the angles that you're exposed to, it's so difficult. Somebody's got to create space on that left-hand side to just give you the opportunity and split their focus.
Yep.
This is good.
Yeah, so
And then no wasted time from Optic. They're already top mid, right? Well,
yeah,
Formal gets his.
I mean, look at the way Lucid and Dead Zone play this.
Yeah, they're just trusting that Trippy Formal are going to hold down their defense and let it go. Yeah.
Just instantly, don't even hesitate.
Catch anything they can on the way back. This is just good opening
Dude.
timing right now. Yeah.
They took space so well. Just
Force
based
spawns back there, bro.
based on the cover they had from Formal and Trippy on the other side. Dead Zone says, I'm just going to steal their sniper. What's Lucid doing during this? He cuts through top mid. Oh, he wants overshield. Makes sense.
They're about to get the whole map.
Yeah, they just got everything. That's why this is about to end very quickly.
Formal did die somehow. I think he was the other sniper, but yeah.
Yeah, well, nobody on their team got their sniper yet. I guess
Oh, he just played out past it. Okay.
in a position like this, it's actually like your sniper becomes the least important one to go for. Like if you can steal theirs and you get the power weapons on the like their sniper and the overshield, then like it doesn't matter. The first person that dies becomes your new sniper. Like he just goes and gets it off spawn.
Yeah.
So Dead Zone actually has to patiently fight for this sniper. Huge kill there. So like plays in, yeah, he played in front of Trippy to like body block a little bit, and yeah, Lucid just runs it straight through the hut. Hey, look at this flag
the
run.
Lucid pivot, right? Yeah, he recognizes, okay, my teammates are here. If I do this, I'm just forcing it, but I can run it straight through dead zone. And this is a moment where pivoting through hut is actually a good play. He's got some great coverage to make this work. You know, why try to force it if you've got team help?
Man, I've seen some of the most creative flag routes from Lucid that just makes so much sense when you think about it. Like even on Pit, I've seen him do some really unorthodox things, like running it through runway.
Wow.
Like just because it made sense in the moment to do so. Like maybe he just knows that Shopify would have a sightline from those flag spawns and main ramp if he went the other way. Just wanted to guarantee that he got more value out of the OS.
Right.
And then they just instantly turn it into a second run. So let's see who's waiting on the other side.
The dead zone, I think, right?
Dead zone's watching snipe. Trippy's there. It's a Hail Mary. Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, I remember that. You guys are casting that. Yeah.
But it ends up not even mattering. Optic or Formal comes off spawn. And all he has to do is just make space for Trippy. I like this positioning. A lot of people would like fight from down here to like shoot at this. But like when you go up here, I don't know. It draws. This player now has to move their reticle both left and right to like figure out how they want to manage the situation, right? It just makes it a little bit more difficult. Then he drops to get sniped anyways.
Yeah. Wow.
Does he just hit the slide here? Oh no, he waits. Sorry, what were you saying?
Maybe it's just harder to nade out as well. I guess the issue is the enemy on the other side of the map can get to you earlier, but I just hate being trapped behind that pillar.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's not a good spot to have to play from. They just, they body block the whole thing.
So
right?
many
Just,
bodies, yeah.
Protect the payload. Yeah, they just all send it. Full send it. We can't snipe 4 of us.
5 minutes remaining.
I think it's predicated on this kill. Yeah, they're like, okay, there's only 3 of them. And then
I don't even care that they have sniper.
Dead Zone actually goes through the back. Yeah, he's pulling attention on this side and distracting. Maybe he's like, I got a distraction. Lucy gets a little bit closer. And then they just kind of walk it in. Wow.
He runs past too. Doesn't even fight the guy in long. He's
That's so smart though, right?
Yeah.
Love
I mean,
that.
if it doesn't go well, let's say somebody hits like a Quigley somehow. That'd be, hilarious. But hey, they still had a cushion to work with, so it's fine.
I was sick.
That was very nicely played. You're saying you think they're the best in the world at that map game type right now?
Statistically, they are. They've not lost it in any tournament gameplay yet, and they're 33-4 in scrims.
Wow.
Which
On
is
the
like,
other hand,
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's crazy. 33-4 is fucking nuts.
On the other hand,
thinking that Shopify on Live Fire King of the Hill were one of the best in the world at that game type. Also, but they lost Optic there. In
right?
Game 5. They beat SSG there at least like 2 or 3 times. Beat Sentinels there to win their series, I think, yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Optic
you're.
winning that was surprising.
I think you're right. Oh, this is matchmaking.
It would have been more recent, I guess, right? Than the Forbidden we just watched.
Yeah. Trippy's been playing a lot today. There it is.
Yeah.
What about Lucid on interference? Who is that against?
King of the Hill.
All right, probably won't pause this one as much, just
That's fair.
for time's sake. Don't want this
Get right
YouTube
into it.
video to be too long. Yeah, let's just hop right in.
Yeah.
Great job breaking it down. Glad you're enjoying it, Ultraman. Shopify first match.
Wow. All of them they sent to Hill.
I actually love this. I've always said that like it's so much more important to just get early hill time than it is to do anything else.
Even the sniper, huh?
I mean, at least one person has to go for sniper, I think. But they actually send one big door and then all fly out of, like, imagine being this guy, bro. This is a scene out of a fucking horror movie. There's 4 optic members staring, like, bro, you are so dead. Suppress gets melted as well.
God, that works so well too. They give up the sniper though, completely.
Yeah.
We'll see how that plays.
Okay. So now they split resources. Lucid's going to stay in hill. They're going to send the rest of the squad out to fight for camo and the sniper.
Look at the map too, right? Like,
Yeah.
I love how far up Formal is. Nice.
Okay, gets a kill, but dies. Lucid's just chilling. Drippy's going to continue contesting camo, but it looks like Shopify got it. And Mental gets the snipe. Can't even remember who caps this first one. Could actually end up being Shopify. A long day of casting yesterday, guys.
Nah, you're good. I was tired too.
There's always like a little bit of dread. Like you love Halo, but like you kind of want your work day to be over. Like when the grand finals reset. Yeah, great shots there.
Yeah, I think one of the best things you can do in a fight is drop from a high position as your strafe, like part of your strafe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you're not using like a box, there's some sort of verticality to drop off of, you're missing a huge part of your strafe game.
That's right. Yeah, so Shopify, despite that early play, they do end up getting this.
I honestly think the patience at a mental with sniper to not like to go to tower with it and post up and let his teammates fill the space around them and then kind of come in last, you know?
Yeah, they
really didn't get the snipe. Like they coveted this thing. And it's paying off.
Clearly, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Hey,
Yeah,
thank
and
you, man.
Cycle, this is the Cycle special, man. He's just always like his team is at one corner of the map. He's gonna play the opposite corner to force the spawn and then flank the spawners.
Surprised he's this far up.
He goes
Instead of just sitting on the screen.
right. Yeah, most of the time I tell people to go screen, but like I'm also a little bit surprised that, or maybe he thinks that Optic will be more ready for him from screen. Like they've seen that play a million times. So this like an evolution of the play. Takes him a while to actually flank anyone though, right? Like
I think that's the risk that you run. Like I feel like I saw Suppress do that. Maybe I don't know if it was this game or a different game where he went for a big flank like that, but the team push happened while he was flanking and it was a 4v3. By the time he gets to the action, it's kind of late. Cycle's kind of making it work.
is this a double stick?
I think so.
I'm so confused. What happens to these guys?
Wait, what?
Oh, he just
throws. Whoever's in cuts, I think.
Oh, it's a sticky repulse.
Oh,
It sticks his ankle, dude. Oh.
He probably didn't even know he was stuck too.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the way Suppressed and Soul Snipe play this though. Just playing across the arena from one another. Great portal as well. Perfect timing. Oh my god, I guess that kill.
He'll get hit by the nade though.
He's still alive.
I get the intention. Yeah.
Another stick.
Can't catch a break.
I mean, Soul Snipe did so much with that life though. I feel like it's hard to get that much value in that situation.
I think this is where they lose the hill though. Right now, Trippy has snipe. Now they have like some more space to work with. Here, Formal's already all the way up mid.
Mm-hmm.
Killing spree.
Oh,
Triple kill.
That's a hill.
Dead Zone really stepped up in these grand finals. He's just, I feel like he's always been that way though. Like he just plays better when the tournament's closing.
Notice where so like watch how that develops, right? Like Dead Zone gets a nasty triple. What does Formal do? He just like
He lines it to A.
He lines it to A from OS side. Let's see Formal's POV. Is he already there? He might already be there. He's
Oh
already,
yeah, he spawned over here, I think. Yeah, because he spawns while there's still an active fight happening.
Might have spawned OS.
He spawns bottom mid.
Wild that he spawns in Rat Tunnel. That doesn't happen very often too, right? Like bottom there and then the other side of bottom mid are super rare spawns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but look how fast he reacts to the 4 being dead. He just goes straight to the next hill, and he's just like, I'm spawning them green. I'm spawning them green. I guarantee that's what he's saying right here.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, Dead Zone's gonna see it too. No.
Enemy
Perfect.
perforated.
Oh man,
Your team
Shopify have no chance to rotate early. So this is one of those positions that like you don't want to delay the hill cap because you're already in the next, but
Oh, so what, does that player split spawn behind him on OS side and then push him from behind? Like, is there a sort of a meta behind where Formal should be standing, right? Like, if he pivots back to scoreboard and ensures that the spawn doesn't happen behind him, or like maybe if he changes his mind and trusts that his team has B and he starts playing for the spawners coming out dummies, is that what this is a dummy spawn, right?
yeah, he's
So like Formal could be like, oh, my team has B. I'm in A right now, but I know that they're going to split dummies, so I'm going to leave B behind and hope that my team has it and start shooting dummies down earlier. Maybe I don't know.
yeah, he spawns here.
Yeah, split spawns OS because they're pushing B so heavy. Yeah, and then does Formal need to actually be that guy in A to help with B anymore? I'm wondering. He is getting pushed out though.
So I think the plan is like they spawn kill them green, but then they also want to hold the green spawns during this hill. I think that
Is that what you want for this hill? I actually find that this one's tricky to set up around.
it's definitely tricky. Like it's really hard, I think, to set up around this one because you don't really want them to spawn dummies. You'd prefer them to spawn mud, if anything. So like I think you want to maybe walk out to turbine and also have a player back green and then let them spawn mud. But it's also still hard to play defense against that, right? Because then they're going to push through top. Then they're going to push through dummy side at the same time.
Yeah, playing Turbine when they're coming at a C plat is kind of a difficult place to live and play, you know?
Yeah, I think if you're nasty with the snipe, though, you just like zoom in at this little spot right here, and then you still have the access, like you still have an out if you miss the shot, right? So I think
on extending all the way to tower and spawning them B, is that crazy? It gives them a faster route to the hill, but it gives them a guaranteed spawn. Like being here. Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely like been the flanker in this position. I find that like, yeah, you get a couple shots in their back as they go into garage, but sometimes like if they just 2-hit it out, like you're not going to do that much damage and maybe they overpower your teammates in A. I don't know. It's tricky. Yeah. I think that like this position is pretty important for this hill. Like if you're sandbags and they're spawning green, like you kind of want to be here, keep them pressured, and then you can always like jump to key door and like check bottom mid and check this side.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know. It's interesting. I think it's hard no matter what.
It's interesting because OPTIC went from being on top of that spawn collapsing to very quickly that flipped on a dime, and they didn't actually get any hill time at all, despite being set up for that hill. You know?
Right. I think it's like Shopify taking advantage of their spawn position to the maximum to like just pinch in every opportunity. It's like, oh, the game spawned us in a pinch. Let's just not hesitate to take it.
Huh.
And I think their lack of hesitation is part of what makes them so good. They just recognize their positioning advantage so well.
Not taking hill there. Notice he does now, I guess.
Yeah, I think
I'm not actually taking it, and I think there's a mind game there on whether or not.
I think maybe he thought that this player behind him would do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Dead Zone, but Dead Zone wants to play forward. Or I think he also jumps out to dodge the nades, and then he
Oh, dude, a spike. Wow.
eats the spike. Okay, look. Okay, let's see how Shopify plays. So they actually got several dead. Where are they going to prioritize now? Cycle goes tower and Mental goes turbine, which is going to open the green spawn. And now they spawn training.
Cycle lives. And he jumps up. Look at this guy. Oh, and then he just gets killed. What a life out of him there. He was everywhere.
Yeah, so if you
Contributing to the back B spawn, yeah.
you play this nest position and he's just literally cycling the spawners.
That's an interesting variation of what we were talking about, right? Like keeping back tower and B open at the same time and trying to somehow play like a pivot point between the two.
Right. I mean, that's what makes them so good at strongholds from what we saw, right? Is they kind of play those like split spawn pivot plays frequently. We could do that in almost every game type.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just an intimate understanding of what you are and aren't influencing and what your teams are influencing, right? Like how to kind of best play within the zone and an understanding of timing, you know, like how much time do I have to do what I want to do before I got to turn around and, you know, pre-nate a second spawn. But
right. Dude, Trippy, yeah, playing this like nest position, massive. Oh, he's also got camo.
So I guess they lost camo in the process there. This is a near perfect hill from OPTIC. I think it's just about a complete shutout. I'm not sure if they get any time from Shopify.
Yeah, I mean, they're so pinned back B. They get pinned in A as well, it looks like.
Trippy's going to push this out. Yeah.
Trippy
what I like with this hill is playing back green. I find it
yes,
so
it's extremely powerful. You want to have tower and back green, and like, how's the other team going to do it? I think if you have nest, tower, back green, and the hill, like, where are they going to possibly approach you from without getting shredded?
Eli, Formal's saying if we watch Slayer Recharge from his POV, we'll see a masterclass. You want to check it out?
Yeah, we can check it out.
Yeah, we're down. After this. What's up, man?
Which series was that?
Yeah, which series? Is that Grand?
Hill incoming.
No, yeah, it was. Because remember they lost. It was game 2 of the reset.
Okay.
Because they lost. I remember on the cast I was saying how like on streets when they lost, they were playing too like, they're playing too fragmented away from each other. But then like they played a lot tighter and like were always available to help each other. Thanks for the follow, Magic.
Hill control.
This top middle hill is so interesting. I feel like most teams favor tower, but if you have like both tower and A side, and you force them to spawn like green or like OS, like they just have a harder time getting to the hill on either side. Like it's not that bad to spawn A, so you don't want to just only lean on the tower side.
It just starts with the tower anchor, right? Like you want to make the play from tower, and if you have space to push out and take the other spawn, then you do it.
Right.
You want that anchor spawn, ideally. Yeah. But right now, snipe is what's making plays, right? It's all about this.
Yes. Sniper. Suppressed. Going insane as he did all day.
That play from Soul Snipe that we were watching, I don't know if it was this game. It was like an earlier series where he's got snipe top mid and he's got repulse and he repulses the sticky and like blanes 3 people. You were breaking it down.
Yeah. From hill. No, it's the
from hill.
I think it's during this hill actually. I think it is this hill.
Insane.
Or maybe it was a series before. I'm not sure. Casted a lot of games.
Yeah, it all blurred together.
Yeah, no, it's not this game. Because this is a game that they lose. I was surprised we didn't see, like, I feel like live fire strongholds didn't even get played in any of the games that I commented. I remember when this was loading up, I was thinking that we would see live fire strongholds, but...
I think having interference is the reason why. We got interference strongholds instead, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That fight? Is that Formal on the other side? Who's that?
Let's see.
They spawn together.
They spawn at the same time. These are always so funny. Like, I feel like it happens on streets all the time.
Yeah.
Well, it's because they're both aware that the presence is mostly like nest here, right? So both teams are being spawned on this side of the map. So like I think you see Lucid instantly turns towards A because like he just knows. It happens so frequently on streets. Oh wait, I thought he was shooting his body for a second, but he just shot an extra shot.
Yeah.
It happens so often on streets where like both teams are fighting in C and you just spawn in a 1v1 like between Cafe and Caution.
Yep.
Searing metal works on any species.
A little optic death effect.
100% A. They got the perfect setup here.
Yeah,
It's already pushed out the tower, Formal's in nest, and then Lucid's just pivot point between the two.
I love playing this spot during this hill because like you can fight top mid, you can fight big door.
Yeah.
Huge grenades. He's also got somebody watching him from nest.
Great timing.
Perfect timing, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Tommy's going crazy. Like he's shooting like the exact frame that he can, right? Like as he
Only opportunity the movement he's making.
around the cover, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, there's like a crazy thunderstorm here right now, and supposedly like baseball-sized hail. So
What?
I don't know. My car might be getting destroyed right now, but whatever.
Oh, shit. You gonna do something about it, or?
Nah, I got insurance. It's whatever.
Okay.
I don't gotta drive anywhere anytime soon.
Jesus.
Dude, he's just weathering the storm, bro. He's literally a baseball-sized hail falling on this fucking stronghold right now. All right, so
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice deal, though, right? Like they got the kills with good timing that they needed to. Lucid came off of that spawn 1v1 as well, and that gave him presence in A to white wall. Dead zone pushes up to tower, and then it's just a clean, hill setup. And all about how you play it. They played it pretty damn well, right? Like they guaranteed about 75% of it before things got scrappy. Which is what you want, right? So
yeah, love this too. I'm instantly going towards tower. They're pretty confident that Shopify's already rotated here. Trippy goes wide right through bottom, while Dead Zone covers the top. Like they're just hitting all three lanes at the same time. So unless all of Shopify were here and ready for it, like they don't really have many counterplay options. And they know based on the timing of the spawns that they're not all going to be here.
it's just a trade.
It's a big trade, but they do go 4 dead here, so they end spawning green. This is really interesting to me. I want to see how they play this because, like, I feel like this is how most games are lost right here. You fuck this play up and you lose the game. So,
right, and they have snipe too.
Yeah, the other team has snipe. Trippy's got the QT. I'm imagining Lucid probably breaks off and goes top mid here, and they maybe try to send somebody through bottom mid or right side.
He would go back tower, right? Like play low.
He could, yeah. Okay, so Lucid goes through pillars. Trippy's gonna get spotted, but it doesn't matter. He's got the portal.
Does it insta?
And Formal spawns in A. So what does Formal do here? The Trippy's just trying to like hold off the pressure on this side. Dead Zone spawns with him, and then yeah, Formal's gonna be the one that takes another lane.
I think the big thing too is like we have to be all 4 up before we're making any kind of heavy commitments. It's kind of crazy that Lucid's as far up as he is in this moment too, right? Like he's super split right now. If he makes he's actually flanking though, right? I guess they didn't see him come.
Yeah, he just hits the timing. Like that's why he cut through pillars, was so that he would be less noticed. They're focused on Trippy.
Great timing, yeah.
And then look at this from Formal. So I think Formal predicts. Well, he knows. Think about this for a second. If Dead Zone just spawned at green instead of like in A, it's probably because Shopify is flanking over here. And I don't know if Formal like is processing Dead Zone spawn point as an indication of this flank on the way, but Formal instantly goes and like he literally goes straight for this guy. Yeah, he's just like they're going for a flank. He predicts it, takes this guy out of the play. Soul Snipe does a great job to stay alive, by the way. Like, he just got the fuck out of there. And then he's like, okay, bet.
He's not important.
Yeah, okay, bet. You can hang out in A. I'll just go straight to the fight. Lucid probably has some active damage here as well. He's calling out. Yep, there's the damage.
Enemy perforated.
That player's weak as well. So, and then they both wrap back tower here? Where's Dead Zone? Yeah, they both just wrap. Okay, he's going to hit the jump while Trippy goes around the outside. So they can hit this side from multiple angles. Almost turns 2. That commando is so hard to use, man.
I suck at commando in that type of situation. I suck at it.
Same. I think most of us do.
Yeah.
Okay, dead zone spawns close. Probably knows that the spawners are coming from nest side and calling it out. Yeah, he's already pre-nading it. He's already ready to fight over here.
So important that he's like extending and getting into nest and just like a huge bait for, I think it's formal behind him on that, the tires or sorry, the dice, right? Like
Yeah.
he's just giving the team an opportunity to do something with his space, right?
I think that's like dead zone's entire playstyle. Like he just
Throwing his life away sort of, but for the team. You know?
Yeah, he runs at people so that they don't have any chance to kill his teammates. Like he'll just run at them, do max damage, and then like if he dies, it's whatever. Like he's still buying a shitload of time and space for the team.
Sounds good, 4-leaf. Sorry, I know we're probably overanalyzing the hell out of this, but it's always fun.
I mean, if you guys have been watching this whole time, it's
staggered him.
you're nerds like us, so whatever.
Now it's over, right? Like once they lose their 4-stack,
Yeah.
and they start spawning split like this, there's nothing they can do. Yeah.
So well played. I think that if Formal doesn't like predict the split there from Soul Snipe, like Soul Snipe could have really disrupted a lot. So just taking him out of the play and then pressing forward to just occupy the space by the hill, that was so smart.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if he's still lurking, but I'm down to see the recharge Slayer quick if you are.
Yeah. I don't have anything to do. Fuck it.
Water too. Oh shit. Yeah, my bad. I won't keep you much longer. Sorry.
No, you're good. You said you need to grab a water?
Yeah, I can do that quick. Give me 1 sec. Or you can set it up.
Yeah, go ahead. Wait till I go too far back. This is it. Oh yeah, Formal drops 20 this game.
That was game 5, series 2, grand finals. That was it right there.
No, that was game 3. They 3-0'd in
Oh,
grands.
game 3. Sorry, game 3. They
Yeah.
3-0'd series 2.
This was the game right before that. Formal drops 20, so we'll just play it
That's
through
what
from
this
his
was?
POV. Yeah,
This was a nice little like comeback off the Slayer, Street Slayer, right? Like the question is, did they come out hot off the bracket being reset, or is it like, you know, is Shopify in their heads, right? Like I feel like OPTIC made a big statement 3-0ing after that. I don't know.
I'm not going to touch the timeline. We'll just watch from his POV, so we can watch with the clean POV. Still be able to see the outlines though.
Kill like there's no tomorrow.
I think that nade got stuck in Dead Zone's armor, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
High caliber.
Nice shot.
carnage.
Like how he just knows that this guy's isolated. It's a late jump on him. Still,
Jeez. Yeah, tough fight.
I mean, the guy had basically had first 2 shots, so he almost turned it.
Yeah.
Either way, squad's there to follow up on it.
My assumption is, do OPTIC play out and get camo off that though, right? Like he's keeping him busy, right? That's 1 and 2 off the map.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
assuming that they come up with camo. I don't know if they got it, but jeez.
Where that came from.
Knows another one's on the way. And he just aggressively follows up on the damage. Can't blame him for that.
I mean,
Okay, yeah, I would be expecting an A spawn here as well. Makes sense while he zooms in on that Megler door.
In a hail of gunfire.
The slide.
he finessed it.
Woo,
Oh my god,
the
yeah.
reversal.
Is
I
Every
remember
single
that.
life has just been like, I do damage and he fights it. Like he just plays up for it, right? Like he's played straight in the bottom mid off this goal position.
Interesting.
Kinda having no fear taking that space.
Interesting how he's playing this. He's in the dead center of the map, but they're pretty certain they know where the spawns are. They know there's somebody lurking in C and in A, so tower's not really safe. So he plays through the bottom and like outside of the front of the tower. Also guarantees that trades, yeah. Just so aware of like where all of the potential danger is and just playing pivot spots to like guarantee that he's not going to get pinched essentially. Or if he does get attacked, the enemy has to put themselves in his teammate's sightline, essentially. So, okay, he knows the fight is at C. Oh, no, they got 4 dead right here, I think, or 3 dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, Trippy just, they know that they were missing one, so they just call out like where is suppressed.
That was great at it to be. Yeah, if we go back on that, so this was like a clean spawn collapse, right? We can't see the kill feed, which sucks, but they wiped out 3 together. Formal, no hesitation, goes back for camo, but Optic with the presence of mind to know there's still one more. Where's Donnie, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And he goes and checks his corner. They're Trippy's POV right now. I just think that's so big that we make sure, and he doubles back for it too. He's like, yeah, this guy is definitely hiding.
It's like the first spot that he checks too. Just somebody, I remember reading in chat, somebody's like, what the fuck? Trippy's walling.
Yeah. No, Matt's literally saying in chat, he said he yelled full clear, he's there. Yeah.
No, it totally makes sense, right?
Oh,
like,
God. Yeah.
because they saw all 4, but they only got 3 kills, so you got to find that last guy.
Yeah, that's sick. Because that completely fucks up your play if you don't do something about that. He just comes back from behind off the split spawn.
Yeah. Okay, so we got camo. They know they spawned them all gold. They're clearing everything just to make sure. But this was a really interesting point to me. Is like Shopify decide that they're just going to take a defensive stance and watch all the entry points. But Optic, I think, are kind of aware of it. But it's like if you're the team in the lead, like you have no reason to rush into this. So they're just going to like systematically gather intel.
I mean, they're playing up too, right? Like they want to burn some of that ice.
Yeah.
Icy. That's so important. I think Shock's up, right? Ooh.
I mean, it kind of works for Shopify, but mostly trades out.
Plasma grenades acquired.
Okay, now Optic are kind of doing the same thing on this side. They're kind of just like waiting for the push to come to them. Like Shopify, as the team losing, it's on them to make a move, right?
There's the Shock.
This guy spawns an elevator. Oh, nice stick. It's huge right there.
Or Shock is too.
Yeah, Lucid's gonna go straight for that.
Get it. This is great.
And wow, this spawn point. Okay, so when he gets this spawn point, I think he knows for sure that they're at C and probably rotating through tower already. Because like
there too, though, he might come in this.
Yeah, and Dead Zone's also calling this guy's location. But like your exact spawn point tells you a lot of information about where the other team is.
Yeah.
The enemy is weak to bullets.
And they're just gonna fly in after this. They want to.
Right?
They want that shock rifle back.
Woo! Jesus, holy! Play that shit back.
That was pretty gross.
Inbound.
Clean up.
I mean, like I said, they lost the Street Slayer 2 games before this by like not being aggressive off their damage together. And then right here, dude, he had help but didn't need it. Like just, I guess, predicts the way that Cycle's gonna reach out around the pillar there.
He's trying to peek shot him, and he's like full out in the open, still hitting every shot.
Commendation is in order.
We left the Shock behind there, though. Right?
It probably despawned.
Yeah, maybe, or, yeah, it might have despawned.
It only takes like 9 seconds to despawn if nobody is near it.
Oh no,
it's very fast.
What happened? Right, Camo was like, "Is it coming up?" And they just play up past it, which I think is kind of good on Shopify's part there to not like.
What are you talking about
now?
You want to? It's up in 4 seconds.
Yeah, but like they leave it, like they just like let it go and play up past. Or is that Camo? No, that's Camo. My bad. He picks it up and then jumps up the bridge. I didn't see him get there. My bad.
Wait, no, isn't it still up? Or
is it?
Oh, it's up in 2 seconds here.
They grapple it?
Oh, somebody must have grappled it. Right? No, it's still there. Yeah.
They do leave it. Yeah, so they play out past it and just play for a kill.
I think both teams think it's bait. Trippy was literally staring at it, and then as soon as Soul Snipe starts killing Trippy, then Mental goes to grab it.
Kind of big brain, honestly, to give it up for a second and just take the flank, and they get it later.
I mean, I think at this level, like most teams consider it bait to go for it right away. Like you want to guarantee a couple of kills before you just like go for. I think maybe Matt saw the glimmer of camo through the Megler door right there. Kind of like glanced at it. Maybe not.
Gets caught mid slide jump.
Yeah, I think his intention was to just wrap behind, but he just got caught out. Okay, I remember calling this out. So I was like, okay, they all spawn gold and they started rotating this way, but I know that like at least one person has to just watch the entrance on this side, right? Like you can't just all run this way. That would be super faded. You got to make sure you at least know what's going on this side. So Formal plays in this spot. You can't they don't know you're here until they're like at least partway up the stairs or at least partway into gold, right?
Top tower, he's checking this shit too. This is kind of wild, yeah.
It's actually a good spot.
I would slide out one of those angles insta, and that's kind of a good learning point. Is like just sitting still.
Confirmed.
Well, they know they have camo and they're like on the way.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Plus, like when you all spawn in gold, you can be almost certain that they're pushing you on both sides, right? Like otherwise, the game would have spawned one of them glass or something, right? But they all spawn like in gold, so their spawn point's getting pushed into a smaller and smaller space. So like you kind of just have to sit and wait for somebody to come in.
Damn.
But yeah, you slide
Yeah,
out, you're just gonna die.
This play is wild, dude. Soul Snipe comes in with the combo, throws every nade, and nothing hits.
Doesn't shoot a bandit shot.
Yeah, no, I remember watching that on the cast.
Yeah, Optic just have this this space. They're just playing in a way that like, what options does Shopify have? They have to they have to just
Matt
push.
said that's called fear, by the way. He said that's called fear.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of true though, right? Like you miss first one shot, or I don't know, if you miss the plasma pistol shot, like what other options do you have?
Yeah, what do? You have to just chuck your nades, but the fact that it's not sticking, it's not hitting, yeah. That's when you know that they're kind of in their head.
Yeah, now they know they're trapped, but they did take space in A. I'm curious how Lucid's playing this. Looks like he's just kind of waiting with Trippy. Yeah, they're playing both top and bottom of the tower. Just watching each other's doors, basically. And yeah, Formal is just content to just shut down this side of the map.
3-1 right now with Optic.
It's so smart to do this, right? Because like if Formal's not doing this, they could just push through long haul and like get around the other side of Optic. So like he's just guaranteeing that nobody can rotate through this part of the map. Here's a call out. I guess somebody from tower got that damage. And then after his teammates die, now he's going to backtrack toward dead zone to work together with him.
He's got camo. It's perfect.
Yep. Just playing positionings. Like there's no
play this corner more.
There's no part of the map that Shopify can go to like have any extra sight lines. Expected this player to reach out bottom, maybe hide behind the box. That was an awkward fight.
That's wild.
They're both like mid slide.
I do love the if we go like, I mean, it's just like a little tiny thing, but it's just the no hesitation nades, right? Like he slides off and he's like pre-nading the instant that his hand is like, you know what I mean? Like the angle's available. Before that, yeah, like right here, he's just like, I know where this guy's going. I'm gonna throw my nade as early as possible and just get that animation out. I don't know. Like obviously this is what you'd normally do, but just the way that it's executed, right? Like, bam, slide off, nade off the floor, exactly where I know this guy wants to go, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And we're ready to shoot. Yeah.
No, it's a good lesson for lower level players because I do when I'm coaching.
They wait too long, right?
Yeah,
There's
they
no
wait too long to
proactive
throw. Yeah.
Yeah, he doubled back. You're right. Like Formal caught the sight on him when he went to tower, and then he doubled back and started guarding C.
Yeah.
Nearing victory.
So at this point, I guess they're pretty confident that Shopify are kind of turtling in tower and C. I think they also had 2 kills here, so just gonna try to pinch them. Yeah, Formal wraps all the way around the outside, just denying any potential exit route. So important to like fully play perimeter in spots like this. It's like I feel like a lot of people get greedy or impatient. They play like B box, but then that just opens long haul and they can just wrap behind you. Like,
Wait. Is this the game where he sits behind that box here?
yeah, I think it's right here actually.
Is that it? I love. Yo, we were calling this out during the cast. Yeah.
This is such
The
a
beauty of
smart
sitting in this
spot. Yeah.
Yeah. So sick, right? Because like the typical angles, they're gonna expect you to hide like behind maybe the front box or like farther back in the like behind this corner on the outside of long haul, right? Like he's just in the middle of all of it, but yeah, I'm seeing this used so much more too.
Yeah. Formal, why don't you, I know you're watching this, why don't you like commentate some of your games. I feel like people would love that shit. You could just like make it funny too. Like just talk through your thought process. Like I know this guy's not gonna fucking challenge me. Like I don't know. That content would go crazy on YouTube. Just
It would be cool to hear that. Just trying to share your thought process. Because I don't give free lessons. Ooh.
Inbound.
How much we
Damn.
talking? How many gifted subs? I'm sure your chat is down for it too. Yeah.
There's more where that came from.
at this point, the Shopify start coming back.
Yeah. I'll get back to you with the number. Sounds good. How much? Yo, Hardy is for it, dude. Hardy will literally. Yo, this man.
Yeah, didn't Hardy drop
Hardy's
like 200 gifted on your head during like
No, he dropped 420, bro.
420 subs?
Yo, he's actually insane.
Yeah, that man's actually about it. I don't know. I feel like Formal would just get the views that the YouTube revenue alone would make it worth it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know what the
Halo
revenue's
YouTube
like.
in dire straits right now. I'll be honest, Halo YouTube not looking good.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
have my
What do you say?
I love it. Let's go. I'll have my people contact yours.
Damn, hold on. I was kind of like,
Yeah. We kind of autopiloted the rest of this at this point.
so they get, I think they lose 2. They're kind of taking like a defensive stance here in A. Look at that. It's kind of funny to see. Like they're just crouching side by side here.
the same timing too. Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of funny to look at.
Do they know? They probably both.
I mean,
know
you can
the
hear
exact-
like you got to hear like a footstep or something, right?
Yeah.
So he spots a couple there, sees another mid bridge. Somebody, Trippy must make a double kill here, right? He has to. Or no, somebody gets a kill from across. Oh, he does get a double.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice rotate too.
no, he gets a triple.
Oh my god. For
Hold
the
on.
win too. Let's see the trippy POV. That's great.
Calls that guy out. Lucid probably spots these guys, as does Formal. Formal gets a couple shots in him, so they don't have anywhere to run. Lucid gets a little bit of extra damage. Just picks him across the map. Picks.
Yeah.
Dude.
Take that fight in pipes that's like just a straight up 50-50 when I can just take the the route through mid, listen to the team comms, and then collapse, right?
Yeah, great stuff. Awesome.
Thank you for coming by, man. That was sick. That was a clinic.
Yeah, 20 and 11, I think.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, suppress. You
kinda
can do that
regain,
on
like,
streets."
After, yeah, I mean, after that bracket reset, though, that's the kind of regain you like to see.